clarify for me exactly what you mean.
Young people, I mean, because
there's a lot of vying for position.
Yeah.
And I mean, especially when you're working around a personality like David Ford, who hasn't necessarily been the most, welcoming person in terms of the arts culture.
Yeah, he has his human limitations. He's done a lot of good. I give him props for that.
I mean, and I really look to that guy as kind of a leader in the whole thing. I mean,
he is.
Because I think that I come from the same place he comes from. Struggle to overcome the circumstances that I began with, which weren't great. I mean, I didn't have a silver spoon or even a plastic one, for that matter. But, and I like what he's done, and it's not easy being an entrepreneur and running a business and having to deal with all this.
No.
I mean, he has a lot. There's all this paperwork. There's all this just crap that you always have to do when you're in.
Yeah, I give him props for that too, and I also admire the way he's worked keeping himself under the radar, because he knows that. For instance, people will criticize him. Why do you have such a tiny place? You can expand. You can tear down some walls or something and take over the next door, and have a bigger place. Well, with a bigger place comes more attention.
Right, and look what happened to the cup and saucer, right? I mean, they did that. They expanded. I mean, it was a much bigger chunk than David Ford would take on, but nonetheless, they expanded.
And then they couldn't pay for it.
Right. I mean,
plus, I'm sure they fell out of a lot of grandfathering that happens when you have a business. Like as soon as you take a hammer and tear into a wall, all of a sudden you got to meet all these new standards, not only in the new part but in the old part as well. That can become prohibitively expensive.
Yeah, they don't make it easy. They don't make it easy at all. Like if you want a Sunday liquor license and you have to put in like a handicapped bathroom, it's $20,000. I mean, because you have to get the architectural drawings, and you have to get all these approved. I mean, it's the process that they make you go through. I'm surprised anybody wants to run a business here.
I think sometimes too they, and I've heard this from a very well-respected restaurateur in this city, that it's not just a matter of you could get the drawings and everything approved and then you can go in and do it. You have to use approved contractors as well. Then the question forms in everybody's mind, is this like, is this being run by, is this a scam, another city scam?
For commercial businesses, you have to use licensed bonded contractors. Yeah. Now, for residential, you can do it yourself, but you still have to get, you have to go pull a permit to do, like, even general remodeling.
I think you also have to have a licensed bonded contractor to inspect your work.
Not necessarily. Not for residential. But you have to allow them, the city comes and inspects it and make sure that it's in conformance. But they're supposed to know the code. So they will come and inspect.
And I do have not a relationship, but I do semi-know one of those city inspectors.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had the water department in because we put in the little wireless meter reader thing, and the city water department was very pleasant to work with. Like, we had no problems.
They're almost I guess the rumor going around is the city water department is where they put people whose careers have died.
Interesting.
But I think that's more at the top of the department than the workers. Because I know the city water department, maybe I'm wrong, I think they also put snowplows on city water department trucks.
Yeah, I
or maybe that's just Parks Department.
No,
Although I saw on the East Coast, and I'm sorry for apologizing, but along that thought, somebody uploaded a video, and they had plows on garbage trucks. I said, what a great idea! But we don't own the garbage trucks in the city.
Yeah, right. They're subcontract. Contract labor. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, just the volume of garbage that's produced in the city is an amazing thing. I mean, there's so much about. I mean, I take it for granted, right? I put my garbage out, it goes away. But I'm trying to become more aware of what the practical limits are. Like the fresh kills trash dump outside of New York City is 17 times larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza. I mean, it's massive.
The Great Pyramid of Giza.
That's right.
Huh? Let's see. That's one of my bad jokes.
Great Pyramid of Giza?
A demonstration of Wirecast.
Oh, I want B and I want C. Yeah, it is fascinating how that actually works. And you feel my computer. Well, it's not too bad. It's warm. It's not as warm. I got a fan underneath it.
Oh, like
But
another, like a different.
Yeah, it really will tax the CPU. It's not doing so
A
bad.
demonstration of Wirecast.
This
Last
is an
week in
impressive.
Last week in Topeka, it was even with the Wirecast bug, it's pretty impressive.
Oh, it was a piece of chocolate.
Oh,
I don't think it landed on anything.
oops! It landed on me.
It's in your cup holder.
Oh, good. Last week in Topeka, we were getting like 99% on the CPU. It crashed a couple times. I always joke, we don't say the word crash.
Demonstration of Wirecast.
No, but this is cool. This is really awesome.
Yeah. Only